Hey, my name is Mikey. Welcome to this video, and today I want to share with you the list of self-inquiry questions that you can ask yourself that will lead you, that will guide you to the same direction as the question, who am I? Which is the main self-inquiry question that everybody knows. But the truth is, you can ask a lot of questions, and I will share with you how you can actually start coming up with your own self-inquiry questions that you can ask yourself to make the process more playful, so to say. And also, towards the end of this video, I will be sharing with you the one thing that you must understand and you must apply when you're doing self-inquiry. That one thing is holding back most people from deepening the realization of their true self, to achieving self-realization. So I highly recommend that you watch this video until the end. Okay, so the most fundamental thing we must understand is that the purpose of self-inquiry. What is the purpose of self-inquiry? Okay, maybe you know it. Alright, let's just go over it because it's important. If we know it, we can come up with our own questions, as I said in the intro. So, what is the purpose of self-inquiry? Simple purpose. The purpose of self-inquiry is to turn attention inward instead of it going outward, as it has been going for most of our lives, for most people. Right? There are some exceptions, very spiritual people born into a spiritual family. Then it's different, but right now, when we are born, attention always goes outside. And what self-inquiry questions do is they point you to the subject of your experience. Right? Thoughts are objects, constantly coming and going. Right? Attention has to go outside to hear voices, to see pictures, right? Your attention has to go outside to see this video, to hear my words, to think thoughts. Attention has to go outside, away from your true nature. So simply, self-inquiry questions, self-inquiry practice is about turning that attention inside, inward, and trying to keep it there. And I'm not saying you have to, your whole entire day, you have to inquire every thought that comes up. No. I just want to quickly say that there are two types of mind. There's the psychological mind and there's the working mind. The working mind, oh sorry, I got the middle finger, my bad. So the psychological and the working mind. So the working mind is used for working, for creative work. When you actually have to solve a problem, think about, a solution, create a video like I'm doing right now. That's the working mind. That's what it is. You're driving a car. That's the working mind. Right? You're eating. That's the working mind. You might not even be thinking, right, consciously, but it's just happening. So that's the working mind. The heart is beating. That's the working mind. Now there's the psychological mind. That's what creates all of your suffering. And that's when you have to inquire. When you're driving your car, right? And you're just constantly thinking. Thoughts are coming up and you're engaging with those thoughts. That's when you have to inquire. That's when you have to train your attention to disengage from those thoughts. And when you're taking a shower and you're constantly thinking, when you're eating, thinking, right? Psychological mind comes up with problems like some past events that happen, some future projections, right? That's what we have to inquire into, right? With questions like, what is aware of these thoughts? Then attention goes inside. And you just continue doing this, continue keeping it, putting attention inside. And that will start to give rise to the recognition, I am aware. And a quick side note before I go to the questions. It is not you, the person, that is becoming aware. It is awareness waking up to the fact that it is awareness. Right? My key doesn't have any awareness. My key is an object perceived within awareness. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? My key doesn't have awareness. My key is perceived within awareness. So, let's go to the questions. The list of self-inquiry questions. So, all these questions, they point to the same thing. All these questions, they point to the same thing. As we said, the purpose of self-inquiry is to turn attention inside. So the purpose of all these questions is the same. They point you to the same thing. They point you to the source of your experience, to the subject of your experience rather than the objects. So they point you to the same thing. Different questions pointing to the same thing. Now that you know that, you can start coming up with your own questions. And if I'm going to list those questions, then you will get also ideas like, how can I ask, my questions? And when you're doing self-inquiry, then you will naturally come up with your own, sort of questions, which I did. It's just a natural process. Maybe you will, maybe you're not. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you're wholeheartedly doing the practice of self-inquiry and seeking the one that is observing everything, seeking the one that is aware of all objects of your experience. That's the main thing. So let's get to the questions. I'm gonna take out my laptop right here. I have written down the main questions, and let's begin. So the first one is, who am I? The main question. Everybody knows it. And yeah, that's it. The second question is, what am I? What am I? Then, am I aware? So this is a good question, because when I ask you, are you aware of your right foot? Then your attention goes straight to your experience, right? It knows where to go. Boom. Yes, right foot. Are you aware of your right hand? Boom, attention goes here. Yes, I'm aware of my right hand. But if I ask you, are you aware? Then for a second, attention doesn't know where to go in your experience. And when it doesn't know where to go in your experience, it stays in source. And that starts to create this recognition, I am aware. But it has to be done with consistency. So you can ask, am I aware? So during your day, right, you catch yourself thinking, right? Right now I'm consistently doing 10 times a day. When I'm just during my day, when I'm doing work, whatever, I stop and I either ask, am I aware? Or the next question that come up. So usually it's, am I aware? Or who is it that knows these thoughts? So am I aware? Now, next question, who is aware of this? Or who is aware of these thoughts? Who is aware of these emotions? Who is aware of this pain, right? Maybe you're feeling some pain, but who is aware of this sensation? I don't like to call it pain because it's labeling, right? Just sensation, neutral. What is it that is aware? Or who is it aware of this sensation? Next question, who is observing this? Again, who's observing these thoughts? Who's observing these emotions, these sensations? What is aware of this? What is aware of these thoughts? What is aware of these emotions? That's the one I'm using pretty frequently right now. What is it that is aware of this? So similar question, but you can experiment yourself. Which ones you like, which ones you don't, which ones work great for you, and so on. You can start, practicing and seeing which ones work for you the best. Another question is, what knows this? What knows this? What knows my experience is another one. To whom do these thoughts arise? So with this question, it's usually what I do is I ask a question, am I aware, right? Then my attention goes back to source. I'm focusing on the sense of I, right, that arises, the sense of I am, the feeling of I am, and I hold on to that feeling for as long as I can. Then thoughts eventually come again, right? And then I ask, to whom do these thoughts arise? Or who is aware of these thoughts? What is it that is aware of these thoughts, right? Then I follow up with those questions. Then I go back to source, hold on to the sense of I am, and then continue. And you can see for yourself if you want to do one round of that or you want to continue asking, right? You can go for how long you want. There's no rule, okay. You gotta ask one time, you gotta ask 2 times, 5 times, 10 times. No, there's no rule. So when you ask to whom do these thoughts arise, then usually the answer is like me, right? Maybe you don't even need an answer, like an intellectual answer, but usually when you ask to whom do these thoughts arise, when I started out, I answered like intellectually me, right? And then I asked, who is this me? And then I went to the sense of I. But it might not be necessary. So see it for yourself. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, I want to do a complete angle shift, take the camera and share that one important thing that I promised to share with you that's holding most people back. So when you're doing self-inquiry, when it comes to self-inquiry, then you must let go of all tendencies to chase a state, chase this state of feeling good, chase positive emotions, chase results, or just chase for something to happen. You gotta let go of all those tendencies, because these are thoughts, right? These are thoughts that want something. This is the mind that wants something, and the mind is the one we're trying to dissolve. The mind is the one that will be dissolved with self-inquiry. So by thinking about, oh, I'm not seeing results, oh, why did this happen, or I've been doing this for 2 weeks or a month, nothing's happening, what's going on, I'm feeling negative, right? I'm not feeling good, I want to feel good. These are just all thoughts you gotta disengage from. You gotta let go of those thoughts. Simply, you have to keep your attention in source by self-inquiry, by doing self-inquiry. When those thoughts arise, when you see yourself thinking about those, results you're not seeing, or you want results, or you want to feel good, simply disengage by inquiring, who is even aware of this? What is it that is aware of these thoughts? What is it that is observing that? Simply turn attention inward. At least when you're doing your meditations. I hope you're doing your meditations twice a day. First, like in the morning and in the evening. If you're not doing that, start doing it. At least 20 minutes. First thing, or not first thing in the morning, but in the morning and in the evening. Okay? And you gotta disengage from that. Most people in spirituality, they're constantly seeking. When you're meditating, they're thinking about, oh, why am I not feeling good? Oh, this is not working. They're constantly chasing, and that's what's holding them back. That's crazy. That's crazy how much it's holding people back. So if you want true results, just do it for the sake of doing it. Just do it for the sake of doing it. And if those thoughts come, simply inquire and turn attention back into its source, and you will start seeing amazing results. And then you will actually start getting the results that you are truly seeking. Then you will get all you are seeking. you get everything you want. Which is that happiness, that blissfulness, that peacefulness, that joy, that love, that wholeness. You're gonna get all of that. Simply turn that attention inside by self-inquiry. Okay, let's get back to the normal angle. Let's go. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and take a big step forward towards the self-realization, deepening realization of your true self, and find what you're truly seeking. Because I'm here to give you direct guidance, just like my coach is giving me direct guidance. I want to give you direct guidance. No BS. Direct guidance that will lead you to your true self. And it doesn't have to take years. No, not at all. And self-inquiry, by the way, is the most direct, like literally the most direct path to self-realization. If you're watching this video, you are on the right path. And if you got value, if you liked it, make sure you like this video. And as I said, if you have questions, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to help you out on your spiritual journey. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one.